Hi everyone, in this video I'll be kitbashing some Sanguinary Guards. So I saw this artwork recently and I think it's just really beautiful, and it kind of gave me some hope into having some bigger versions of these guys. So I really love these guys. These are some of my old ones that I painted before, and now I'm just comparing it to the newer ones. Size is much different. I really like it so far. It's a bit more chunky than I would like, but they're growing on me. So I wasn't too super happy with it. So what I'm going to try doing is kit bashing it with the old kit, which I love so much, and then just play around with it and then see what I can make with the old and new kits combined. So for the first part, I'm going to be building it just to show you guys how it looks. And they're very easy to build. The torso has 2 parts, and then there are 2 legs, and the legs usually have like a pouch on them, and then a bit of terrain, and then the terrain is usually like 1 or 2 bits you need to stick together, and that's it. It's very simple to build the main body, so you'll fly through these in no time. The arms are quite cool too. I love the poses. So this is going to be like the quote-unquote like leader guy, because he's gonna have like a melter pistol and a sword, and he's gonna be charging in. So I like the pose. I'm pretty chuffed with it, but it still feels a bit too clean, should we say? Not too much going on. And I like my blood angels to be kitted out with ornamental intricate stuff. So this is the backpack. The backpacks are also quite easy to build too. I'm not a fan of these 2 exhausts. They're very fiddly, but that's just my problem. So now I'm going to build the Sanguinary. Another model as most of us, we love, we love this model, right? It's so popular, it's so iconic. Especially when you first join the hobby and you see like a Blood Angels army. Like I joined in the 90s and I saw this guy. I was like, wow, so cool. It's some kind of, it's like an art piece, like a Michelangelo. But the new one, I like that they've kept it the same. They've just made it a bit more larger, much larger. But I was a bit, I don't know. I've never liked the pose as just like, it's a bit static, even though his arms are out. So what I wanted to do is build him, and I won't kitbash him. I do like him, but I'm going to probably play around with the pose. Maybe move it forward a bit, so it's flying forward. Let's see how it goes. This part of the backpack was quite tricky, especially the scrolls. They took a while to dry. Maybe I added too much glue, and then I had to hold them for a bit. They kind of reminded me of those spirit hosts. They're not as hard as them, but very similar. And the wings, they fit on like a charm. They're really great. And once I glued these wings on, I thought they look amazing. They look really great, and I didn't like them in the picture, but in person, I just loved the shape of them and the way they fit with the backpack. And I'll just glue it on as well. Normally I would sub-assemble, but to be honest, my brush can fit in all these little areas. So it's, to build it fully, for me, it's fine. Apart from the head, I didn't glue the head on. It keeps falling off, so I might lose it one day. For the basing, I use my usual white clay. It's quite light, but it doesn't really stick to the base as easily as I'd hope. It's not a big problem. You can use some PVA glue once it's dry, and then you can glue it on and then like cover it with PVA glue, and then once it dries, it's pretty solid then. And then if you cover it with PVA glue, then you can also dip it in some like texture stuff, like bits of stones and all that. And then what I do once it's still wet, well, not wet, but hasn't hardened, I start putting in the models and playing around with the poses. This is from Ski Ball. I think it's called Ski Ball Bases. It's like an angel statue, which I think looks cool. And then once it's dry, I just add a bit of cracking paint to it. And then I get a hairdryer and then blast it so it has some nice cracks. These are the wings. I don't mind them in person. They're actually quite longer than I thought. I thought they were like dinky little things. Of course, they're small compared to the old one. I don't mind it. And this is how the new head looks. I don't mind it, to be honest. I thought I would hate it. Not hate it, but, you know, not as impressed. So I got a bag of wings, heads, and they used to have Power Fist. I completely forgot Power Fist. And also the banner from the older kit. I don't like the new banner. It's a bit too simple for my Blood Angels. So this is the banner guy. I'm going to give him like a fist, just to make him look different, I guess. And then I'm going to use this arm that's broken off from the ones I painted. And look at that banner. I think this looks so much more dynamic and majestic compared to the new tactical banner. And this is how the old head looks. I like the heads. Some people say they look like Stormcast. I collect Stormcast too, so I don't mind. So the wings, please be careful. I should not have glued on these wings when I did this. And I'm using a knife and I'm pulling it towards me, which is like a no-no. I might cut my thumb off. So just be careful. Don't do what I did. Don't glue the backpacks on yet. So what I'm doing now, I'm cutting off at the hinge, being very careful. And then I'm just scraping around the thruster in the same direction, like the curve. I'm just being very careful. And then what I'm doing, once I've cut them bits off, I'm like sanding it, or I'm like scratching it off with the knife. I was also thinking to cut off these exhausts and then get a Space Marine backpack, cut off the sides, those tiny exhausts, and stick them on instead. But it's really up to you. So I'm just making sure it's nice and smooth now. And it's ready for the next step. So I'm going to add some wings from the old kit, because I just love them wings. I don't think a Sanguinary Guard is... It's not the same without wings, you know, and I love my wings on my characters. Like the new Stormcast with wings are pretty awesome. I just love anything with wings, angels, demons. I think it's awesome. So, and it doesn't make sense, but in Warhammer, a lot of stuff doesn't make sense. Like you have Titans with a cathedral on top of it. It's bonkers, but it looks awesome. So I found like the wings are quite easy to attach. You just because they've already got like a hole in it, like a circular missing area. And what I do, I just put some glue in and then just rest it right between the big thrusters and the tiny thruster, and it fits pretty well. I had to get rid of the two smaller wings before, because they were just like blocking the big wings, and it didn't look right. It looked like they'll get burned or it get trapped and you crash and burn. So that's why I cut off these little flaps. And here's the old head, which I still like. I do like the new heads, to be honest, but I just can't say no to these new ones. So here we go. That's how it looks. What do you think? So I hope you enjoyed the video and it was useful. I really enjoyed this project. It really got me into 10th edition. I haven't played for ages, and I just might with this army. I can't wait to kitbash the Death Company soon. I'm still thinking what to do with that. Maybe the Dreadnought. So thank you very much. Please leave a like and comment if you have anything to share, and subscribe if you want to see more. Thank you very much. See you next time. Bye.